Hey all, and welcome in. Today we're going to be reviewing a really fun visual novel, Afterlove EP. But before we start talking about it, I just want to say a quick thank you to Fellow Traveler Games for giving us the code so that we could do this review. Anyway, so this game comes from a little studio in Indonesia called Pixelnesia. The game itself was created by Mohammed Fahmy, who sadly passed away during the creation of this game, so they never got to see its final form, its full release. But because this is a game about grief, you can feel that in the game really well, because obviously the entire team were feeling grief from losing their producer during this whole process. That's just something that's really incredible. So before I go any further, if you want the spoiler-free review, please go and check out our TikTok and YouTube shorts. This is going to be spoilers. I am going to talk about the story. I'm going to do a bit more detail. So if you want that, sit around and let's hop in. So this game follows Rama. He's your main character. That's who you're going to be playing as. That's the protagonist. As you're wandering around the streets of Jakarta, interacting with different characters and expanding on the story. A year ago, Rama's girlfriend, Sinta, died in a tragic accident after their last gig with the band Sigmund Freud, based obviously on Sigmund Freud. It's a little play on words. His bandmates Adit and Tasha were really good friends as well with Sinta, but essentially Rama struggles to process the feelings, locks themselves away, and a year on finally has the courage to step out into the world and try again. The entire gameplay is about you trying to get the band back together and do a gig and release an EP, Afterlove EP. And for the last year, Rama has been writing songs about that grief and whatnot that they've been feeling. It's really deep in that aspect. This is a visual novel, so a lot of the gameplay is that classic visual novel of walking around and talking to different characters. But it's also a music rhythm game. Now, you've only got an album's worth of songs, so there's about 7 or 8 songs in the game. And I think that holds it back a little bit, because it takes some time before you get your first song, and then the music aspects to the game are a bit slower coming. And there's 2 types. So you've got the music rhythm, where you are hitting the buttons on the controller or keyboard as they appear, and it's quite unique in the way of doing it. Instead of normally having like the vertical scroll, they've got side scrolls. You've got a bar or ball in the middle, and then the buttons to press are coming from the sides, so you've got to pay attention as you're hitting stuff. I do think by coming from both sides, that can be quite confusing. I would have liked an option to just move it to one side and then just basically play as it streams across the bottom. That would have made it a little easier for me. The lyrics do appear, and you can play the songs in both Indonesian or in English. We played it all in Indonesian with the English subtitles. The music is really good. It's indie rock. It's indie rock music. It's great the whole way through, and it is made by the band La Alpha Alpha, who also star in the game as a rival band who is trying to take Tasha on as their manager, but she obviously wants to give this band stuff a chance, and so gives you one last chance. The story is really good in how it progresses. So you have 30 days from the start of the game. Each day is split into 2 cycles. You've got a morning and an evening, and you can go and talk to one character in the morning, one character in the evening, or you can busk once you've unlocked busking, and that's how you progress through the time. Busking gets you playing a little bit more music. It has an impact on the overall final story, but I'm not sure what it is, because I haven't done an only busking run of the game. But and there's reasons for that. The game also is a dating sim, so it's about you trying to move on from the past relationships and the grief and the loss, and move into something new. The whole way through this game, though, Cinta's voice is in Rama's head, and it's the only piece that's voice acted, and I think that is really genius from an artistic point of view. So you get her speaking and interacting, and then Rama will react to her out loud while he's talking to other people, and it will confuse the hell out of everybody, and that causes a lot of the rifts and divides because he's not fully there for everybody else. He's still heavily focused on Cinta, and it's about him processing that. And talking about him processing that, one of the characters you can go meet is a therapist, and that therapist can help a lot. Again, I didn't go and hit the therapist a lot in my run, so I don't know how that can change, but what I do know is it's got multiple endings. So we got one ending, and there is I think there was 5 endings. Yes, there's 5 endings. So you've got one for each of the characters you can date, and then the last ending is just you accepting yourself and going, I don't need to be in a relationship. I can just be me and still move on. There is also technically a bad ending, which is where you don't release the EP and the band does not get back together. That is completely viable in the game, and I think that's really good. The art style is manga inspired, and you can see that throughout. It's all hand drawn and then processed in. It's really freaking good art. And a run takes about 4 hours, so it's about 4 hours for you to go from the very beginning of the 30-day cycle to the very end, encountering everybody and chatting. You can probably do it faster if you don't want to read all the text. I wanted to read all the text, so of course that expanded it out a little bit for me. Talking about that, if you're an achievement hunter, there is a ton of achievements throughout the game, because you can also go and interact with memories. So you can find memories of Rama and Cinta of dotted around the world as you around the levels. There's a couple of locations you can actually go to, and as you're like navigating these, you can trigger those. They'll take one of your parts of the day, and they really like open up that story a bit more, make you really connect more with this relationship that Rama and Cinta had, and understand a lot more there. It's good. It's got so much human nature in it. It's really well fleshed out. The writing is really good. The music, as I said, is really good. The art style I really like. The only thing I would have liked is a bit more of the music rhythm game, and that's the only thing that is really the only thing that I wanted more of the music rhythm. But apart from that, it's good. It is good. So it gets a 2 thumbs up for us. This is a game that I definitely recommend, and we are going to be streaming it on Wednesday from 4 p.m. till about 8 p.m. as we'll do a full run and try and get a different end. Anyone coming along to watch, you will be able to choose who we try to date, and we can go down that route. Oh, I also forgot to mention, I don't know how I forgot to mention this, but it does have a very strong LGBTQ story angle in it, and one of the pathways is that you can have a gay relationship instead of straight relationships, which is really cool as an option, and it does deal with the political issues in Jakarta and Indonesia for the LGBTQ community. So again, I guess that's kind of like a trigger warning there, because there is homophobia in the game, but the game is not homophobic. It's being used to display a current problem, and it gives you the chance to respond accordingly, which can impact your relationships with certain characters. So yeah, it's really good. It's really good in that aspect. I very much approve of that thing. You know, people should be free to be themselves. Anyway, as I said, it's 2 thumbs up from us. Please go check out this game. It's on Steam, it's on the Switch, it's on Xbox, it's on PlayStation. So, you know, you've got it everywhere. We've been playing it on the Steam Deck. It runs really well on the Steam Deck. And yeah, I didn't have any bugs or issues or any of that kind of stuff. So for us, at least, the experience was really good. That's not a guarantee that it's free of those. We might find someone we play through on Wednesday, but our experience has been a good one with the game. So yes, I'm rambling now. I've been trying not to ramble for these reviews. I want these to be nice and clean. But for now, until next time, keep it geeky.